Law on Negotiable Instruments and Payment Transactions of Cambodia, October 24, 2005. Chapter 1 General Provisions. Article 1. This law governs negotiable instruments and payment transactions and covers bank accounts and the operation of the payment system. 1. Negotiable instruments are written orders or promises to pay a determinate sum of money, transferable by delivery, and where required, also with endorsement. Negotiable instruments governed by the law are checks, bills of exchange, and promissory notes. 2. Payment transactions governed and defined by this law are transfers of funds between or from bank accounts. A payment transaction may be either a credit or debit transfer. It is initiated by means of a payment order, which may be written, electronic, and under some conditions, oral. 3. A payment system consists of institutions and mechanisms facilitating payment in money and the transfer of monetary value by means of payment transactions. Article 2. Definitions of technical words and terms used in this law. 1. Vis major means an insurmountable obstacle, caused by a supervening event beyond the control of the person who is to perform. 2. To issue is to write, sign, and deliver a check, bill of exchange, or promissory note to the first holder. 3. To draw is to write and sign a check or bill of exchange. 4. Settlement means the payment in discharge of an obligation on an interbank payment order. 5. Presentment means the production of a check, bill of exchange or a promissory note to demand acceptance or payment from the drawee or maker. 6. Execution in Chapter 5 means the carrying out of instructions contained in a payment order by means of the issue of a corresponding payment order to a receiving bank. 7. Clearing means exchanging and processing interbank payment orders for the purpose of establishing amounts owed by or to each bank for the settlement of payment orders. 8. In-house transfer means a transfer of funds from a payer to a payee at the same bank, having one payment order. Participants in an in-house transfer are the originator, bank acting both as originating and destination bank, and the receiver. 9. Interbank transfer means a transfer of funds from a payer to a payee in two separate banks under at least two payment orders. In an interbank transfer, each receiving bank other than the destination bank executes its sender's payment order by issuing a corresponding payment order to a receiving bank, and the last payment order is sent to the destination bank. 2. Participants are the originator, originating bank, destination bank, and the receiver, and may include one or more intermediary banks. 3. Whenever the originating bank does not settle directly with the destination bank, at least one intermediary bank is required, and 4. For each interbank payment order, the sending bank settles with the receiving bank as provided in Article 202. 10. Debit transfer means a payment transaction originated by the payee, based on the payer's authority, instructing the payee's bank to collect money from the payer's account. 11. Credit transfer means a payment transaction originated by the payer, who issues a payment order to the payer's bank instructing it to transfer funds out of the payer's account to the payee or to the payee's account. 12. Agreement in Section 7 of Chapter 5 means the contract between a bank and customer, which governs the operation of account, including such matters as its duration, modification, and the payment orders. 13. Account means any account opened under a contract between a customer and a bank, whether current, giro, or otherwise, and includes an account under an ad hoc relationship created solely for the purpose of generating a single payment transaction. 14. Settlement account means the account that a bank maintains on the books of the NBC for carrying out incoming and outgoing payment transactions. 15. Passbook account means an account under which debits and credits are posted by the bank, recording them in a passbook originally given by the bank to the customer and presented to the bank for such recording by the customer. 16. By procuration means by limited authority to collect on behalf of the transferor. 17. Electronically means by means of either online telecommunication or the offline physical delivery of tapes, diskettes, or similar devices. 18. Value in collection means value to be received by the transferor upon collection or recovery on the instrument by the transferee. 19. Value in security or value in pledge indicates transfer by way of security, or a transfer intended to create a security interest, and not to convey title. 20. Banking day means the part of the day during which the bank is open for the receipt, processing, and transmittal of payment orders and other messages relating to payment transactions. 21. Value date means the banking day on which a payment order is to be acted on as instructed by the sender. 22. Bank includes the National Bank of Cambodia, any institution licensed to carry out banking operations under the law on banking and financial institutions, and any other institution or entity authorized by law to take deposits or participate in payment transactions on the account of customers. A branch or a separate office of a bank is considered a separate bank for the purposes of I. Duties in the performance of a payment transaction, and 2. Computing the time within which, or determining the place at or to which, action may be taken or notice or order must be given. 23. Destination bank means the bank identified in a payment order in which either payment to the payee in a credit transfer is to take place or the payer's account in a debit transfer is held. It is the bank which is to receive the last payment order in a payment transaction. In a credit transfer, the destination bank is the payee's bank. In a debit transfer, the destination bank is the payer's bank. 24. Originating bank means the bank that receives the first payment order initiating a payment transaction. In a credit transfer, the originating bank is the payer's bank. In a debit transfer, the originating bank is the payee's bank. 25. Receiving bank means the bank to which the sender's payment order is addressed. 26. Intermediary bank means a receiving bank other than the originating or destination bank. 27. Security procedure means a procedure established by agreement between a customer and a receiving bank for the purpose of I. Verifying that a payment or cancellation order is that of the customer, or 2. Detecting an error in the transmission or the content of the payment or cancellation order. A security procedure may require the use of algorithms or other codes, identifying words or numbers, encryption, callback procedures, or similar devices. Comparison of a signature on a payment order or communication with an authorized specimen signature of the customer is not by itself a security procedure. 28. Retour sans phrase literally means return without charges, and signifies an undertaking to honor, that is, to allow recourse against a party liable, without requiring the holder to have a protest drawn up. 29. Payment order means an instruction given to a bank to pay or collect a specific sum of money out of a designated account, to or for a payee, or to or for a payee's account, and includes any amendment to a payment order. It may be value dated but not be subject to a condition other than as the originating bank agreed to perform. Parties to a payment order are the sender and the receiving bank. Where the sender is a bank, the payment order is an interbank payment order. 30. Drawer means the person who gives the order to pay on a check or bill of exchange. 31. Drawee means the person to whom the order to pay on a check or bill of exchange is addressed. 32. Payment transaction means a transfer of funds from the payer's account to the payee or to the payee's account. A payment transaction may be either a credit or a debit transfer, is initiated by the originator's payment order given to the originating bank, instructing it to carry out the payment transaction. Is carried out by the payer's bank debiting the payer's account, with the payee's bank either crediting the payee's account or otherwise placing the funds at the payee's control and disposal as instructed by the originator. May be a transfer of funds from a payer to a payee who may be the same or two different individuals or legal entities, and may be a transfer of funds in which the payer's account is held, and payment to the payee takes place, in either the same or two different banks. 33. Endorsement means a signature on the back of a negotiable instrument, with or without qualifying words. An effective endorsement is completed by delivery. 34. Person includes an individual or legal entity. 35. Adequate cover for a payment order means the availability of sufficient funds, namely the existence of an account balance not smaller than the amount of the payment order, consisting of the closing balance of the previous banking day, plus credit already posted to the payer's account in the course of the current banking day for incoming payments, deposits and remittances, less outgoing payments and disbursements already occurring in the course of the current banking day, and anticipated bank charges. Funds reflecting mere provisional credit to the payer's account do not constitute part of the required cover. 36. Funds includes cash and deposits kept in bank accounts. 37. AVIL indicates a guarantee liability on a check, bill of exchange or promissory note. 38. Foreign currency means any currency other than the domestic currency. 39. Domestic currency means the riel, or any successor or replacement as the official currency of the Kingdom of Cambodia. 40. Protest or protet is a solemn written declaration as to circumstances, such as default in or refusal of acceptance, payment, or given visa, which entitle the holder to recourse on a negotiable instrument. A protest must be made as, and when required by specific provision of this law. 41. Acceptance means the engagement of the drawee of a bill of exchange to comply with the drawer's order. To be effective it must be completed by delivery or notification. 42. For collection in an endorsement indicates that the endorsement is not designed to convey title but is for the purpose of facilitating collection or recovery on the instrument by the transferee on behalf of the transferor. 43. Payee in chapters 2, 3, and 4 means the person in whose favor a check, bill of exchange or promissory note is made payable upon issuance. 44. Customer means an individual, whether carrying on a business or not, or a legal entity, including a bank, having an account with a bank. 45. Intervention for honor means the procedure under which a person who is not liable on a negotiable instrument intervenes in order to accept or pay for the honor of any party liable. 46. Maker of promissory note is the person who makes the promise to pay on a promissory note. 47. Sender means the individual or legal entity giving a payment order to a receiving bank. 48. Originator means the sender of the first payment order initiating the payment transaction. In a credit transfer, the originator is the payer. In a debit transfer, the originator is the payee. 49. Receiver means the participant whose bank is to receive the last payment order in the payment transaction. In a credit transfer, the receiver is the payee. In a debit transfer, the receiver is the payer. 50. Payee in Chapter 5 means the participant who is to receive payment in a payment transaction, and in a debit transfer includes the payee's transferee under a valid transfer, if applicable. It is the receiver in a credit transfer and the originator in a debit transfer. 51. Payer means the participant who is to make payment in a payment transaction. It is the originator in a credit transfer and the receiver in a debit transfer. 52. Overdraft facility means a line of a credit permitting the borrowing of funds and their withdrawal or transfer by means of a check or payment order. 53. Maturity means the date on which a bill of exchange or promissory note becomes due. 54. Recourse means the right to recover from a party liable on a negotiable instrument,